Well, it seems only fitting that a former Dryden Knight it introduces a existing Dryden Knight to our meeting today. Ashley Apland is a registered psychotherapist and works as a clinical manager at FIREFLY in the Dryden office. Ashley has a Bachelor of Arts majoring in psychology from Lakehead University and a 1.5 years into completing her Master's of Counseling Psychology at Yorkville University. Ashley's been with FIREFLY for over 10 years. That's not possible, Ashley. You don't look old enough to have been at FIREFLY for 10 years. Ashley likes to give back to her community by volunteering and is part of the board of directors for the Hoshizaki House and is a director for making connections for children and youth, and is part of the Dream Committee in Dryden. In her free time, which I don't expect there's a whole lot of that, Ashley, with that list, she enjoys playing hockey, strength training, reading, and being with her family. So we really welcome you, Ashley, and thank you so much for being part of our Rotary meeting today.
Well, thank you for having me. I already feel like family here with how small knit everyone is and knows each other, or has at least passed by some way or another with each other. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm excited that we have Patrick and Krista here as well, so they can share or jump in at any point if they feel that I am missing something. Can everyone see that okay? Are we good? All right. So I am here to talk about children and youth mental health at FIREFLY. What I'm going to discuss today is about FIREFLY, as well as child and youth mental health services at FIREFLY and what Children's Mental Health Week is, which is starting today. So just some basic information I'll share is that FIREFLY is an accredited multi-service nonprofit organization providing a wide range of services for children, youth, and their families in communities across Northwestern Ontario. So we have offices in Dryden, Red Lake, Ear Falls, Sullicote, Kenora, Fort Frances, and Atikokan. Our mission is to provide children's emotional, physical, developmental, and community services. As embodied in our values, FIREFLY is dedicated to supporting and strengthening the health and well-being of children, youth, and families across Northwestern Ontario throughout our client-centered service excellence, system leadership, and partnerships. So this one is my favorite slide because it talks about our values, which is heart, reaching beyond, empowerment, sharing and playing, and accountability. So you'll see these 5 pictures, which we did some drawing contests with the school and had our youth and kids create images that represent what our values are. And these were the winners here. So at FIREFLY, we provide services to children, youth, and their families for ages 0 to 18. Our mental health services is in Sullicote, Kenora, Dryden, and Red Lake, as well as Ignace and Ear Falls. And we provide services to families with children and youth who are experiencing social, emotional, and or behavioral difficulties. On this slide, it's the mental health continuum model, and it was developed by the Mental Health Commission of Canada. And I really enjoy this continuum because it really highlights that our mental health is fluid and we can travel through being really healthy on the left side to being over to the right side of ill. And on it, it talks about different actions to take depending on where you're feeling you're at. So if you're feeling healthy, things to focus on would be what the tasks you're doing, maintaining that healthy lifestyle. And then if we look on the other side of the continuum, when you're feeling ill, reaching support from healthcare providers or mental health services, and seeking consultation. So like I said, it really highlights that our mental health can flow between healthy and ill depending on our circumstances. I put in here some signs to watch for our youth. So if we're looking as a parent or a teacher, just a caregiver to our youth, looking for extreme outbursts or excessive mood swings. changes in their appetite, if they're really quiet, sad, or reserved, and if they're reporting nightmares or lack of sleep. These will be some signs that something might be going on, or that there's an underlying mental health concern for our kids. Here is just a slide that talks specifically about how to refer to Firefly. So we do have a centralized intake that anyone is able to refer. So a parent can refer, a youth can refer. We can also have doctor referrals. We have some partnerships within the schools, so the schools can do referrals as well for our services. You can complete an intake or reach out to intake by emailing the intake at fireflynw.ca, or we recently started a self-referral form, so children under the age of 18 are able to complete their own referral. And we're finding youth are really liking this because it doesn't have to be between that 8:30 and 4:30 time. They can log on to the website, answer how they're feeling, and then an intake worker will reach out to them to follow up for next steps. Once a referral is initiated, Firefly has a triage worker that will schedule an intake appointment. And that intake appointment takes about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's scheduled at a time that's convenient for the family or the youth. And then they're booked with a single session with a counselor right away. And after that, then the next step for services are determined between the counselor and the youth as well. So reasons for referrals, what we're seeing frequently, I would say, is anxious feelings, low moods, depression, self-harming behaviors, suicidal ideation, some parenting support, eating concerns, family conflict, gender identity, and grief and loss. So this week, like I said, is Children's Mental Health Week from May 2nd to 8th. And it's an opportunity for us to raise awareness about child and youth mental health and remind families of our services that are available in our communities. So what we're doing this year to kind of promote that Children's Mental Health Week is encouraging wearing the color green. We're also sharing counselor biographies on social media. So this was something that our youth told us that, it's sometimes maybe scary to meet with someone new if you don't know who they are. You might see a name, but not a face attached to it. So this way our staff were able to share what their passions are, what their interests are, just some information that they can help youth feel more comfortable getting connected. We also plan to share some self-care tips throughout the week on social media and promoting the use of the hashtag that kids can't wait and CMHW 2022. And you'll see Krista has changed her background to reflect that it is the Children's Mental Health Week, May 2nd to 8th. You'll also notice that Canadian Mental Health Association is promoting Mental Health Week. So whereas there's kind of two campaigns happening at once where you have the focus of children and youth mental health as well as then just lifespan mental health. And their campaign is focusing on empathy. So they're really highlighting when times are tough, we need to be there for each other and we need to practice empathy. And their hashtag they're using right now is Get Real. And they're having different speakers, I think, was being shared amongst CMHA as well. So here I just wanted to share some information on what to do if you notice someone is struggling. And this information did come from Mental Health Week at CMH as a focus of don't listen to judge, listen to understand. So we want to be able to recognize that we don't need to fix anyone else's problems, but maybe we can be there to listen with them and be attentive when we're listening and not using harsh truth or tough love, and recognizing that you don't need to be a mental health expert or a psychotherapist to be able to show empathy, that we can do that by listening and engaging and asking questions. And like I said, not being there to find the solution for someone. And that if you're not sure what to say or what to do, that's okay too. Just recognizing that you're present and you're able to support them. And then lastly, I just had some resources that we have in our area for the crisis response now that it's lifespan, as well as Kids Help phone number that they offer texting phone call, as well as just talking on a live chat, and then our FIREFLY information. And that is all I shared for now.